In the depths of your being, there exists a knowing, a quiet certainty that your life's journey is far more than a random sequence of events. Each moment of doubt, every whisper of fear, and all the crossroads you face are threads in a grand tapestry of spiritual evolution. These are not mere obstacles. They are gateways, carefully placed along your path by a universe that knows exactly what you need to become who you're meant to be. Think of the butterfly, confined within its chrysalis. The struggle to break free isn't a cruel twist of fate. It's the very force that strengthens its wings for flight. Your soul operates in much the same way, requiring specific pressures to expand into its full potential. The ancient mystics understood this, as did the great philosophers who came after them. Our challenges are our catalysts. In the quiet moments between the chaos, when you feel most tested, remember that these trials aren't random acts of cosmic indifference. They are precision instruments, calibrated to your unique journey. Some will shake your foundations until you learn to find stability within yourself. Others will strip away everything you thought you needed, only to reveal the boundless strength that has always resided within. The universe speaks in patterns, and those who learn to listen find themselves guided through 5 distinct gateways of growth. Each test is a doorway, and behind each door lies a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true nature. These aren't just challenges to overcome. They're initiations into higher states of consciousness. The first gateway opens before us now as we explore the test of divine timing. In a world that demands instant gratification, this challenge cuts straight to the core of our deepest insecurities. It's in the spaces between our desires and their manifestation that we find our first crucible of growth. Time, that elusive master of our earthly experience, tests us not through the passing of minutes and hours, but through the spaces between our longings and their fulfillment. The test of divine timing strips away our illusion of control, presenting us with a profound truth. Some flowers cannot be forced to bloom before their season. In these moments of waiting, when your heart pounds against the walls of patience, you'll find yourself faced with a choice. Will you rush forward, grasping at unripe fruits, or will you surrender to the sacred rhythm of universal timing? This test appears in the promotion that hasn't come, the relationship that hasn't manifested, or the dream that seems to hover just beyond your reach. But within this apparent void lies a hidden alchemy. As you learn to trust the timing of your life, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, uses these periods of seeming stillness to prepare the soil of your consciousness. Every delayed dream is a seed being nourished in darkness, gathering strength for its eventual emergence. Consider the master sculptor, who knows that each stroke must be perfectly timed. Too soon, and the clay crumbles. Too late, and it becomes rigid, unyielding to transformation. You, too, are being sculpted by the hands of divine timing. Your frustrations are not punishments. They're invitations to align with a deeper current of wisdom. As you embrace this test, you'll discover that timing isn't about waiting passively, but about dancing with the cosmic choreography of life. In the space between your prayers and their answers, a profound transformation is taking place. You're learning to trust not just in the what of your desires, but in the when of their unfolding. And as this understanding deepens, you'll find yourself naturally flowing into the next dimension of spiritual testing, where the very foundations of what you believe about yourself will be challenged and transformed. There comes a moment on every spiritual journey when the universe gently, or sometimes not so gently, begins to peel away everything you cling to. Like autumn leaves releasing their hold on branches, the test of detachment arrives to teach you life's most paradoxical truth, that true possession lies in letting go. This isn't a test of loss, but rather a profound invitation to discover what remains when all external anchors are lifted. Through this gateway, You'll encounter situations that challenge your grip on what you believe brings you security. Perhaps it's a relationship that feels like home, a career that defines your worth, or achievements that shape your identity. The test appears not to strip you of joy, but to reveal a deeper truth. That authentic peace flows not from what you hold, but from what holds you. As ancient wisdom whispers, what is meant for you will never pass you by. In this sacred space of releasing, you discover that detachment isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about loving with open hands. Like a master gardener who knows when to prune for new growth, you learn to recognize that sometimes letting go creates the very space needed for your soul's true alignments to take root. Each release becomes not an ending, but a beginning, as you make room for experiences that resonate more deeply with your authentic path. As this wisdom settles into your being, you begin to sense the stirring of an even deeper initiation, one that will challenge not just what you hold on to, but how clearly you can see through life's inevitable fog of confusion. Just before the dawn breaks, darkness reaches its deepest point. Similarly, when you stand at the threshold of your greatest transformation, the universe presents you with the test of clarity, a profound moment when everything you thought you wanted seems to dissolve into a fog of uncertainty. Like a master teacher checking their students' resolve, life begins to place obstacles in your path, not to defeat you, but to confirm the depth of your commitment. This test often arrives disguised as chaos, when multiple paths suddenly appear before you, each promising different destinies. The voice of doubt grows louder, testing the authenticity of your desires. You might find yourself questioning everything, your decisions, your direction, your dreams. Yet this very questioning is sacred, for in these moments of deepest uncertainty, true clarity begins to crystallize. As the ancient wisdom reveals, the closer you are to transformation, the louder resistance becomes. What appears as confusion is actually the universe's way of distilling your truth. Like gold being purified in fire, your desires and intentions are being refined through the flames of uncertainty. Each obstacle that arises isn't a roadblock, but a checkpoint, a moment for your soul to declare, yes, even this will not deter me. The doubts that surface aren't signs to turn back, but invitations to dig deeper into the well of your conviction. As this clarity emerges from the crucible of uncertainty, you begin to sense the approach of an even more profound challenge, one that will test not just your vision, but your ability to face the deepest triggers of your emotional landscape. In the sacred geography of spiritual growth, there exists a territory that few willingly explore, the landscape of our deepest wounds. The test of emotional triggers arrives not as a gentle whisper, but as an urgent call to face what we've long tried to avoid. Like an expert archaeologist, the universe begins to unearth the buried treasures of our past pain, not to hurt us, but to heal us at levels we never knew needed healing. Perhaps it's a casual comment that ignites an old flame of hurt, or a situation that mirrors a past trauma with uncanny precision. These moments aren't random. They're precisely choreographed opportunities for liberation. The very experiences that trigger our strongest reactions carry within them the seeds of our most profound healing. In these moments, when your heart races and your defenses rise, you're being invited to step beyond the familiar script of reaction into the unexplored territory of conscious response. What makes this test particularly powerful is its ability to expose the gap between who we've become and who we're meant to be. Each trigger point is like a compass, pointing directly to the places within us that still cry out for love and understanding. The intensity of our emotional response isn't measuring the size of the current challenge. It's revealing the depth of the original wound that's finally ready to be healed. When we learn to lean into these moments instead of running from them, we discover that our triggers aren't our enemies, they're our greatest teachers. As you master the art of transforming these emotional landmines into stepping stones of growth, you begin to sense an even deeper invitation emerging, one that will test not just your ability to heal, but your capacity to trust the whispers of your own inner knowing. In the depths of your being exists a voice that speaks in whispers, a knowing that transcends logic and defies explanation. The test of intuition arrives like a gentle mist, asking you to navigate not by the bright lights of reason alone, but by the subtle glow of your inner compass. This is where the ancient wisdom, intuition whispers what your soul already knows, becomes not just a saying, but a lived experience. When this test emerges, you'll find yourself at crossroads where the map of logic ends and the territory of inner knowing begins. The world around you might present compelling arguments, well-meaning advice, and seemingly rational paths. Yet somewhere beneath the surface of conscious thought, a deeper current pulls you in what appears to be an entirely different direction. It's in these moments that the universe asks, will you trust the invisible thread of your own inner guidance? This test often arrives cloaked in paradox, when the logical choice feels hollow, and what seems irrational resonates with unexpected truth. Like a master navigator learning to read the stars, you're being called to develop a different kind of vision, one that sees not just with the eyes of the mind, but with the entire field of your being. Each decision point becomes a sacred opportunity to attune yourself to the subtle frequencies of your soul's guidance, even when, especially when, it contradicts the loud certainties of the external world. As you cultivate this profound relationship with your inner knowing, you begin to sense the emergence of an even deeper challenge, one that will test not just your ability to hear your truth, but to find light in the darkest of circumstances. In life's darkest valleys, where shadows seem to stretch endlessly before you, the universe presents perhaps its most profound paradox, the test of gratitude in challenges. Like a master alchemist turning lead into gold, this test invites you to discover the hidden blessings within your struggles. It's not just about finding the silver lining, it's about recognizing that sometimes the storm itself is the blessing. When this sacred test appears, it often comes disguised as life's most difficult moments, the losses that break your heart, the delays that test your patience, the obstacles that seem insurmountable. Yet within each challenge lies a secret doorway to transformation. Just as pressure creates diamonds from coal, these moments of intense difficulty contain the potential for your greatest evolution. The key lies not in escaping the pressure, but in embracing its transformative power with a grateful heart. This isn't about forcing positivity or denying pain. Rather, it's about developing the spiritual maturity to recognize that every experience, even the most painful, carries within it seeds of growth and wisdom. As you learn to say thank you, not just for the gifts that come wrapped in beauty, but also for those that come wrapped in struggle, something miraculous begins to happen. Your challenges begin to transform from heavy burdens into sacred teaching moments, each one perfectly designed for your soul's expansion. As this deeper understanding of gratitude takes root in your being, you begin to sense the approach of the final and perhaps most profound spiritual test, one that will challenge you to look deeper into the mirror of self-awareness than ever before. In the grand theater of spiritual evolution, the final gateway presents itself not as an external challenge, but as an invitation to explore the deepest chambers of your own being. The test of self-awareness arrives like a sacred mirror, reflecting back not just who you appear to be, but all that you are, your patterns, your shadow, your light, your unlimited potential. This is where the journey comes full circle, asking you to witness yourself with unwavering honesty and infinite compassion. This test manifests in those moments when you catch glimpses of your own recurring patterns, the relationships that seem to repeat, the situations that mysteriously echo past experiences, the behaviors that persist despite your conscious desires for change. Like an archaeologist uncovering layers of ancient civilization, you're invited to dig beneath the surface of your conscious mind to discover the hidden beliefs and unconscious programs that have been silently directing your life's dance. But this isn't just about observation. It's about transformation through recognition. As you develop the courage to look unflinchingly at your own reflection, something extraordinary begins to happen. The very act of witnessing yourself with awareness becomes a catalyst for change. Those old patterns that once seemed fixed begin to dissolve in the light of your consciousness. You start to understand that self-awareness isn't just about seeing who you are. It's about consciously participating in who you're becoming. And as this final test unfolds, you begin to recognize that these 7 spiritual tests were never separate challenges, but rather facets of one grand initiation, the journey of consciousness awakening to itself through you. Every test, every struggle, every moment of growth has been leading you here to this profound recognition of your own divine nature, expressing itself through the beautiful complexity of your human experience. In the end, these 7 gateways of spiritual testing reveal a profound truth. They were never about passing or failing, but about remembering. Remembering that every moment of divine timing was preparing you, every act of detachment was freeing you, every challenge to your clarity was focusing you, every emotional trigger was healing you, every whisper of intuition was guiding you, every difficult gratitude was expanding you, and every mirror of self-awareness was awakening you. You were never broken, only becoming.